Hey everyone, I'm just going to do a quick viewer Q&A. So I had someone ask me about how the detent was on the sebenza, and I don't think I've seen that discussed so much in the YouTube knife community. So I'll show it off on my large sebenza. So if you kind of open up the knife, and I'll just show you going down slowly. So it's holding it up just fine here. Keep watching the very end of the blade right here to see kind of how it goes in and when the detent kicks in. So you can see it's still, even at this level, not pulling it in. Maybe this might be a better view here. Just a mild tap. Still not in all the way. You hear that loud donk at the very end, that's the detent kicking in. So you can see the blade was already within the handle here. You can see just a little bit of a point sticking out. Enough to snag on something. See, right there. So there is detent on the sebenza, not a lot though. However, I can't do it in this space, but there's no way you're going to be able to hold the knife like this. I'm not touching the thumb studs, and on some knives that are lower quality, you can flick them out with your wrist like that because they have poor detent. I think most knives nowadays, for even legal reasons, have good detent. So I'm not concerned about it on this knife. The small one I have is basically the same way. It's very firm. It also matters how much you have these things oiled and clean, and these ones are pretty in good condition here, but all my sebenzas are basically the same way. Yeah, see, so that very last little snap is when the detent kicks in, so you can tell it's very low. The one thing, so the question was, is there any risk of the opening on you? Not with the detent in my experience, but what is a risk with these sebenzas if you carry them in your pocket? You're mostly not supposed to do that, but around the house, I do carry these in my pocket without clipping them on. And these thumb studs, because they're fairly protrudent and large, give you a better view here. And you like this new webcam. So these thumb studs can snag on things in your pocket itself, or other things in there. And I have had it snag and open the blade in my pocket. No damage done, no injuries, but it's a little scary. It's not like you want to have it in your pocket and do whatever you do, wrestle with your kids on the floor, or, horse around and run and whatever. It could open if you did kind of had a high impact fall or whatever happened. You could hurt yourself. So there's some risk there, and it goes along with any knife, right? The Spyderco holes can get snagged on things and open up on you as well. So that's been my experience. No real complaints about the detent, but some snagging on the thumb studs. And I'm not quite sure how you fix that. Maybe other than a lock on the knife, which is not always fun. Let me know if you have any questions. Let me know what you think of the new camera and that kind of up-close macro style.